Hello, my name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium, and today I'm doing a reading for you called What is he thinking about you now? My most popular choice. People ask me for this all the time, and I keep on doing it because things do change with different people in different circumstances. So what is he thinking about you now? He or she, of course. It's a pick a card reading. There's the 4 packs. 1, 2, 3 and 4. You may try, like the crystals, you may use your psychic ability to choose 1, 2, 3 or 4. I'll place timestamps below for you down there so you can go straight to the number you've chosen. You can choose more than 1 if you want. You can choose 2 or 3. But it's a timeless reading, which means you'll find it when your spirit guides want you to find it. You could find it today, next week, or 2 or 3 years from now. Doesn't matter when you find this reading, you'll find it when you're meant to. So there will be a message in here for you somewhere. At the end of the reading, we do some oracle cards for you, and then I'm going to give you some lucky numbers. And these are lucky numbers for lotteries, casinos, horse racing, gambling, but don't gamble excessively, please, or you get me into trouble. These magic numbers can help, and they've been proven to be very, very successful. So pick 1, 2, 3 or 4, and we'll move the other 3 that way. And we'll start with number 1 for you. Welcome to North Devon in beautiful England, where it's just starting to get dark. We're right by the sea, a short drive to the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. Right, if you chose number 1, this is for you. What is he thinking about you now? Maybe he's thinking things different to the last time we did this reading, this title. Let's find out. What is he or she thinking about you? So it's probably someone you've got on your mind, a connection with you. And I think that they're thinking some very good stuff, but I'm going to tell you the negatives first. Get rid of the negatives, and then the real good stuff at the end, the surprises and the nice things at the end. So at the moment, some of your connections are traveling, so they may be away and they may be out of sight, possibly because of their work. But I also feel, number 1, that it could be you that's traveling, so there may be some distance between you. And I feel that they've got things they want to say to you that they've been putting off, and maybe a bit shy or a bit nervous to say. So it could be something important. It could be a proposal or marriage. If you're already married, it could be something, maybe a house move or a holiday. But they've got something up their sleeve, and they're contemplating asking you when you're back together. I don't think that's going to be far away either. So what are they thinking about you now is very good, I can tell you that. But at the moment, your reading indicates karma, number 1, which means that you're going to get what you deserve. So if you've had a row and you were a bit naughty or a bit nasty sometimes, then you may find that you'll get what you deserve. But that won't apply to many of you, just 1 or 2. The reading will only resonate to a certain extent because it's a general reading. So pick up what resonates for you and ignore the rest. At the moment, I think this person, he or she is holding onto their feelings. They're being reserved and sitting on what they really feel. And I think they may be afraid to tell you what they really feel in case they get rejected or in case you don't like what they really feel. But I feel that you're going to get some messages of quite sincere love and passion. I'll tell you about that at the end. At the moment, there may be complications. They may be dealing with officialdom, paperwork, work to do with their own employment, their business, if they're in business. So that may be preoccupying them as well. I feel that there are, for some of you, number 1, children involved. So you may have children together, you may have children from previous marriages or relationships. But the children are not a negative in the reading. That sometimes they can come across as causing problems for custody and that sort of thing. But that doesn't look the case today. Well, that's the way it will be eventually. If children's matters are causing problems, they will be sorted out. If it's custody battles or anything like that. So let me tell you some of the things that I think this person is thinking. I think they're thinking about you with a view to getting closer. If you're not living together, they may be considering asking you to move in or to move with them to somewhere that is just yours. You may be following your dream, number one, or they may invite you to follow their dream. This will take, I think, considerable consideration from you. I think you'll be thinking about it first of all. I think you need to think it over first of all, because you will have had experiences like this in the past, some of you, and they may not have come to bring you the true happiness you expected. Doesn't mean you've been through the mill, but there may have been a disappointment in the past, and you're maybe reluctant to do it again, and they may be picking up this, and that could be why they are not letting their feelings out at the moment, but they're going to soon. On a complication, number one, it's a nice complication because I think you also have a second admirer. You may not have met them yet, but you're going to soon. Somebody, if they haven't already done so, is going to take a shine to you, number one. So that tells me that you're very appealing, charismatic, probably very attractive as well. If you're a female, I think there's beauty in the reading. Well, I know there is. So your beauty can come from within. It may not be on the surface. It doesn't mean you're going to win the Miss World title, but you can still be beautiful inside. But some of you have beauty inside and outside, number one. I think as far as your romance goes, or your connection with this person, things are steady, but they're going to speed up very soon, so be ready. If the romance is linked to your work, then it could really take off. If you're in love with someone at work, or someone that comes into your workplace, someone linked to your work, then the romance could take off quite fast, and you may need to be taking a breath and getting to grips with it, because it could take you by surprise. On separate subjects, you do have some money coming, number one. You may know about that already. It's a sum of money that comes to you with an instruction from Spirit that you should keep hold of it. So don't let it in and out too easily. I'm picking up a female friend here for you. It's not a competitor. I don't think it's someone's ex-wife or anything like that. I think the female is successful. I may be picking up you, number one, in some of these cases. I'm picking up a successful lady who could be in business or in a very secure employment position. And she is smart in the head, but smart the way she dresses as well. Fashionable, but not a sheep. She follows her own styles, her own fashions. And I think she could be important to you. She's quite successful, so she may be, well, she's not skint, put it that way. And she's a tiny bit materialistic, but in a good way. She's not greedy. She just likes to be successful. She's self-made, so she doesn't need anyone else around. She may not have been to university, but I think she is self-made. Of course, with these readings, that could be a chap, it could be a man, but I think for most of you, I'm picking up a lady. I think you know, number one, who this lady is. Perhaps it's you. But it's a smart, classy lady, and she's in your reading for a reason. She's not a competitor for love. She's not someone you need to feel jealous of or threatened by. The positives, okay? Well, there's hardly any negatives. I think you're going to travel. I think things are taking off. I think you may be travelling with this connection somewhere exciting soon. Maybe a month or two away, but it's coming soon. You have a second admirer predicted soon. Somebody who quite fancies you, number one. Do you know who that is? Some of you know who it is. I can see by the look in your eyes. You've got some money coming. I think you need to be careful with your emotions. Don't let everything out straight away. That sounds a bit crafty, but you may be the same as your connection. There may be an uncertainty of about the way you need to proceed with this connection. This may be a love affair. I think things will suddenly take off, so be ready. You'll get what you deserve. I think your karma is good, number one. I don't think there's bad karma in this reading at all. But it does mean that if anyone's been bad to you, they will be paying for that, of course. So karma comes to all of us. I always say, I think it comes around about twice a year. And the message here is, well, if you look at the Ace of Cups, you can see that. That can mean brand new, number one, of course. A brand new lover. but it can also mean a new start to an existing love affair or a deepening of your feelings for each other. So this, I love romantic readings. This is quite a romantic reading, and I enjoy doing these. For some of you, number one, it's exciting because some of you, especially the younger ones out there, are about to fall in love, and you'll get that lovely feeling that when you hear the person's name, you get butterflies. Just hearing their name, just driving down the street where they live, can give you flutters in the heart. Love, passion, and all that is coming to you, number one, if you haven't already got it. I believe that things are changing for the better. I think you need to be, eventually, not yet, but don't be quite so hesitant. If you have feelings for this connection, at some point you may decide to tell him or her. And then, as I said, wait for things to speed up because they're going to take off. You may be swept away with it. You may be swept off your feet. You may be overflowing with love, passion and desire, like a schoolgirl with a crush or a schoolboy with a crush. So one of the nice readings, I love doing nice readings. Anything to do with children should be good, as it is in most readings, to be fair. The lady I mentioned that could be you is classy, successful and not doing too bad, but it could be you that I'm picking up, number one. So, you will get what you deserve. Need my glasses for this. The first card, the Oracle cards, is an air card. There you are. When you blow away the dandelion seeds and say, he loves me not. I'm sure you've done that. Most of us have. I know I have. Have hope. You have the power to make the change. Now make it. That, I think, is backing up what I said about revealing your true feelings. Have hope. You have the power. So you have the power to make change. So now make it. If things need changing in your romance or your connection with this person, then make it. The title of the reading is, what is he feeling? I believe summing him up or her up, because it could be either. Their feelings are there, but they're a bit hesitant to let them out. I think they're scared, or they may be fearing rejection, or they may be fearing getting hurt. Some of you may be married for 30 or 40 years. It doesn't matter. The feelings can still be like that. They may be perhaps not good at showing their feelings, but the feelings are there, number one. Trust me. Let's try another air card. Lovely clouds and fluffy clouds over a grassy meadow. This one's saying to you, the divine is guiding your dreams. Are you listening? Your divine is guiding you in your dreams. Your angels have got you to watch this reading, number one. If you're watching this reading today, you found it for a reason. You chose these cards. There will be messages in here for you somewhere. Not all of it may resonate, but some of it will be true, and it will be guiding you, and the lucky numbers I'm going to give you in a minute will help you. They can help you a lot. This one's an earth card. Bit similar, tree in a golden field. This one says, to you, number one, see your circumstances as a blessing, because they offer a chance for you to grow. See your circumstances the way you are now as a blessing. So this hesitation may be a blessing in disguise, but they offer you a chance to grow. As I said, once you allow it to happen and admit your feelings for each other, this is going to take off like a rocket. So be ready. Things are going to speed up. You may have been married to each other for years and got a bit used to each other, become a bit brother and sistery. It's going to change. You can rekindle your love, number one, and you can make it new again. Trust me. If you want a full psychic reading with me, of course, you can go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. I'll put the link below down there, and you can book me on there. From anywhere in the world, I'll talk to you on the phone. If you can't get me, one of the team that work for me will help you, and they are excellent. I only choose the best. They don't get in my team unless they're good. So that's davidcharlespsychic.com. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, or consider doing so. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. You could be one of them. Join our lovely family of people from all over the world who follow me on the YouTube. And please give me a like if you like it, and share me with your friends. Let's try the other one, a water card. Taken in the water, I think, there. This one says to you, number one, open your heart and mind to those around you. I think it's, again, encouraging you to express your feelings, but don't go overboard. Just be a bit careful. But if you have feelings for this connection, whoever he or she is, open your heart and mind to those around you. So you may want to chat with your girlfriends about this person, or your boyfriends, if you're a chap, down the pub, maybe, at the club, at the golf course, at the gym, if you're a girl, maybe. You may want to chat and open up your heart and see what your girlfriends or friends, boyfriends think about this connection, because I think that you have a very romantic reading here, number one, and I'm really pleased with it. I'm glad you watched to the end, or near the end. You got your lucky numbers yet? These lucky numbers can help you. So summing this up, I think that you've got almost like a new love affair coming. It may be the same person you've known for years, but you can make it new again. You can be like you were when you first looked into each other's eyes. Romantic, passionate, and filled with love. And love is the most powerful force in the universe. Now I'm going to give you some lucky numbers for the lottery, the horses, casinos, but do not gamble irresponsibly or you get me shot. Your lucky numbers, number one, are number 4. I want to write these down, maybe. You can always stop the video and do it again. Number 20, 22, 24, 33 and 48. These numbers were selected by me with my spirit guides earlier before we started this filming. So I'll give them one more time. 4, 20, 22, 24, 33 and 48. You don't need to use all the 6 numbers. You can use 2 or 3 of them. They may be your addresses, your wedding dates, your anniversary. You may recognize some of them. They may be numbers of houses you've lived at. But these numbers can be very powerful, very magical. They're chosen with me, with my spirit guides by me earlier today. So use them, but do not gamble excessively. It's been so lovely talking to you. I hope you join our team of subscribers. That's the wrong word, a family of subscribers. Click the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, usually every few days, sometimes a bit longer, depends on how things are going, how the feelings are with the spirit. But your spirit guides got you to watch this, number one, so there will be messages here for you somewhere. And please watch my other videos. There's plenty of them on my channel, and they're nearly all about love and romance. Thank you so much. I'll tell you my motto before I go. Think lucky, and you'll be lucky. Think love, and you'll be loved. And of course, number one, I love every single one of you. Take care. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Hello. If you chose number 2, this one is for you. Let's take a look. What is he thinking about you now? What is she thinking about you now? One of my most popular requests for this reading, so I do it quite frequently, because things can change for some people, and you may change things yourself, depending on what happened in previous similar readings. So, it doesn't mean that you can't change. Just because you have a reading doesn't mean you can't change things. You can change the negatives, avoid the negatives. That's the beauty of having a reading. And if you've chosen this reading, this number 2, your spirit guides have got you to find this today. You could find it in 2 or 3 years' time. Doesn't make any difference. When you find this reading, your angels have helped you to find it. So there will be messages in here for you somewhere, number 2. It won't all resonate necessarily with you. So take in what does and ignore what doesn't. At the end of the reading, I'm going to do some oracle cards to see if they back up what I've told you. And then I'm going to give you 6 magic numbers. 6 lucky numbers. You don't need all 6 possibly, but just I'm going to give you 6 magic numbers anyway, for lotteries, casinos, horse racing, anything like that. And please gamble sensibly. But they can change your life. They've proven to be popular and successful. That'll be at the end. Now I'm going to tell you about what is he thinking about you, and I'm going to tell you the negatives first. So we do all the negatives, get them out of the way, and at the end we do the exciting good stuff and the surprises. At the moment, I believe that you, number one, are not looking after yourself. I could be picking up this connection. It could be a man, someone you love or have a connection with. But one of you, if not both, are not taking care of yourselves. You may not be sleeping properly. You may be overeating or not eating enough proper nourishing food. Some of you may be smoking or drinking too much. But you need to take care of yourself. That's one of the negatives. This, of course, will come with high levels of stress, so you don't need that either. And that comes up in so many readings these days, especially these days. But there's not many negatives here. I think some of you are looking, searching for something that you may already have. Back in your own backyard, the song, isn't it? You may be looking for something with this connection. What is he thinking about you now? You may be looking for something that you already have. You may be searching unnecessarily. Some of you, not all of you. I think when you find it, you'll realize that you had it all along. I'm really struggling to see negatives here. It's a very positive reading. I don't know why I'm picking up this, but to do with this person I'm connecting with you, I'm picking up officialdom. Could be solicitors, estate agents, tax people, tax people, accountants, that sort of person. So he or she may be into that kind of business, or they may be consulting somebody who is. That could be important. You never know, they could be arranging a marriage or a party or the purchase of a house. Something to do with officialdom is big in the reading. It may be that they are in that kind of work, or even you, number two. I think you're looking for things you already got. I think that the connection between you and this person will bring happiness. I'll tell you about that at the end. But it will also, I believe, increase your finances. I don't know why I'm picking up that from Spirit, but I am. Maybe you're putting all your assets together and making yourselves more secure, more comfortable. However, there is more than one connection in this reading. So some of you, I think, are married. No, I said not all of you. And you may be looking at somebody outside of the marriage. You may be considering moving on. That's certainly not a definite, but I'm picking up more than one lover for some of you, or more than one connection. So are you torn between two people, number two? Or are you torn between more than two people? You could be. I'm picking up a young man, young at heart. It doesn't mean that he's immature. He's successful. He has a personality, a good personality. People like him around them. He's always full of fun, full of laughs, and he loves and enjoys life. He really enjoys life, and he will enjoy your company, number two. It could be a friend. It could be more than a friend. It could be a lover. It could be a partner. It could be someone you're married to. This person is great to have around. He's great to be around. Could be a she, of course. Depends what you're looking for. But he or she may be one of your connections. Then you have a person who is into wealth, success, possibly a businessman, the second person. Again, I could be picking up you, number two, but this person is successful, smart, well-dressed, very respected, and possibly employs people, gives people work, possibly, or he may do in the future. This person could also be interested in you, but it could be you, of course, number two. He seems to be quite an important person in about 4 or 5 months' time. So you may want to make a note of that. If you haven't met this person yet, you're going to, and he will have a profound effect upon you. I'm not saying it's definitely a love thing, but it will be important, because I wouldn't be receiving messages about it from my angels otherwise. The spirits are very heavily into this reading today, number two. I think you've got guides with you as we speak now, wherever you may be. It seems to me that you are elegant if you're a lady. Some of you watching this will be ladies, some will be chaps, of course. The ladies amongst you watching this, number 2, are elegant, filled with beauty, peace, tranquility. I don't think you're an agitated, bad-tempered sort of girl if you're a girl. I think you're calm, you're relaxed, you're very, very caring. You care about your fellow man and woman. You care about animals, the planet, nature. It hurts you when you see an animal getting cruelly treated. It certainly hurts you when you see a child getting cruelly treated. So you're possibly the sort of girl, if you're a girl, that donates to the charities that go on the television and they're looking for help for people and animals that are suffering. That's the kind of person you are. And if you can't afford that, it's certainly the person that you would like to be, some of you. I believe you're going to see the third connection. I think the third connection is a traveller. He is very, very romantic. This is the kind of person who can really fall in love with you and treat you like a princess. And I think, number 2, some of you deserve to be treated like a princess. So I said I'd tell you the good stuff at the end. There's no bad stuff really. As long as you take care of yourself and don't overdo it and don't do bad habits too much, you'll be okay. I think you have a girlfriend who is psychic. Do you know who she is? She may be from water. She could live by a river or the ocean, the sea or a lake. She may be a water sign. Very much like you, that's why you get on. I think she is able to connect with you on a higher level. Good friend, someone you can trust. A bit like you, serene, and has a calming influence. You're so alike. I think this lady can walk into a room and just her presence brings calmness and peace and tranquility. And if she walks into your life, if you haven't met her yet, she will have that effect on you, number 2, because you are very, very similar. There could be a loving romantic, not romantic, it could be a loving relationship between you like a pair of sisters or soulmates. Of course, if you are looking for a lady lover, it could be that kind of thing as well. But the connection here is, what is he thinking about you? I think this person is thinking of making you a serious romantic offer. It could be a wedding, an engagement, and I think he or she may have already made it. If not, it's coming. I really can't see negatives in this reading, which has thrown me quite a bit, because usually there's always some negatives. The only negative in your reading, number 2, is your own stress, and you're not really, I don't think you're looking after yourself, as I said earlier. So, some of you may meet this new person, if it's a new person, from some kind of course you're doing, studying maybe, evening classes. You may go to the gym and quite fancy someone that you meet there. There seems to be, I think, a learning here. You may be learning exercises at the gym. You could be learning new skills at night, cookery or something, or art or something like that. Hairdressing. It seems to me you're learning something new. And if you're not learning something new, then the person we're talking about could be linked to education himself or herself. So, a very good reading. I can't see negatives really. I do believe, on a separate subject, but could be linked to the person, your finances are improving, number 2. And I do believe you're going to receive a serious romantic offer soon, but there is more than one lover coming your way, or potential lover coming your way, so you may be spoilt for choice, and I think some of you already know this. Some of you could have as many as 3 lovers, or people that want to be lovers coming your way, so you must be a very popular person, man or girl, number 2, you're very popular. What I want to do now, before your magic numbers, which you're going to need because they could help you win big time, I'm going to look at some oracle cards for you to see if they back up what I've told you. And remember, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. You could join our lovely family. I have subscribers from all over the world, and I'm trying to get to 1,000. You could help me do that. And give me a like if you like it. And what else is there? Tell your friends. And if you want a full reading with me on the phone from anywhere in the world, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and you can book me on there. If I'm not free, one of the team that work for me will help you. And I only employ the best. If they're not the best, they don't get in my team. So they're good. Oracle cards. Let's take 4 of these. First one, need some glasses for this. The eyes are going. Old age, see? Not really. A water card. Now that's a nice picture of sunlight beaming through the water. Doesn't water give you a feeling of peace? So, somebody wants to help you. Think of who it might be and contact them. Somebody wants to help you. Someone on this side wants to help you, number 2. Do you know who they are? I think it's someone of the same sex as you. If you're a girl, it will be a lady. If you're a chap, it will be a bloke. And they want to help you. That's nice, because sometimes you get in these readings backstabbing and jealousy, and there's nothing like that in this reading. I do think you've had it in the past, but I don't think you've got it now. I think you've got rid of that, which is good. Second one is a fire sign card. Picture of a log fire. How romantic. Camping around a log fire, singing songs, eating chestnuts or something. Christmas, of course. When I'm filming this video, it's near Christmas, but it may not be Christmas when you're watching it. It could be midsummer. You'll find this reading when you're meant to, of course, as I said. This one says to you, number 2, events are happening at a fast pace. Many things will happen at once. Now remember that, because similar to number 1's reading, it means that things are going to take off very quickly, and you need to be aware of that. So I'm glad you stuck with me, because the fire is burning, the fire of love is passion, and passion is burning, and it's going to go mad, it's going to go take off. So be ready. If you are having to choose between 2 or 3 lovers, which I know it sounds extreme, but it can happen, I think you're going to need to make a decision soon. You can't have 2 and you can't have 3. You can love 2 people, but I always say you'll always love one more than the other. There'll always be a favourite, and you'll know who that is, and you need to remove yourself from the other 2 or the other one without hurting anyone, of course, otherwise you'll get karma. So that could be tricky, but it's certainly not beyond you, number 2. Let's try the third one. Another fire card. A tree with 2 birds flying around it. I wonder what they could mean. Is it you and your lover flying in passion? This one says to you, number 2, courage and creativity is rewarded with abundant resources. Courage, creativity. I said you may be learning something at night, or night school, or day school. You may be being creative. I can't say that word. Creative. Courage and creativity is rewarded with abundant resources. So if you are taking up a new hobby or learning some new skill, keep at it. That's what it's saying to me. Don't let it spoil your romance, but keep at it. You may meet your romance because of this, at some evening class or something like that, or weekend classes. Or you may be just a mature student. But education is in the reading, number 2. It's good. I'm sure some of you know what I mean. One more, it's a fire card again. Another oracle card. Looks like a flower on fire. How have they taken that photograph? Photoshop? Maybe. This one says to you, number 2, there's news of an exciting endeavour. Use your ingenuity. That card does come up a lot. Use your ingenuity. You're clever, you're smart. Use it. If you are learning new skills, it could be linked to that. And I think the new lover could be linked to that as well. A lot of you will know exactly what I mean. Some of you may not. You can always choose one of my other decks or my other readings. There's dozens of them on my YouTube channel, David Charles Psychic. So, we're going to look at some lucky numbers now. These numbers are magic. They were selected by me with the help of my angels, my spirit guides, earlier today. And these are for you, number 2, for lotteries, casinos, little bits of gambling, but don't overdo it, please. You've got to be sensible. And you may want to write them down. These numbers may be familiar. They could be your birthdays, your wedding days, your anniversaries, house numbers you've lived at, or they may appear to be nothing at all. I'm going to give you 6. You don't need to use all 6, but I'm going to give you 6 lucky numbers. Selected just for you, number 2, and they are number 7, 21, if you're writing these down, I'll be slow, 29, 30, 35 and 45. These numbers could change your life. Let me know if you hit the jackpot, because you could. I've given you one more time. 7, 21, 29, 30, 35 and 45. Do they mean anything to you? Maybe 2 or 3 of them you could use, maybe all of them if you're doing the lottery. It has been a pleasure talking to you from here in beautiful North Devon in the UK. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching me. I'll get ready for number 3 now. Remember, number 2, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you'll be loved. And I love every single one of you. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Hello. If you chose number 3, this one is for you. What is he thinking about you? What is he thinking about you now? One of my most popular subject titles, which I do every few weeks because people ask me over and over again to do this one. Because things can change. If you have a negative reading, you change things. If you have a positive reading, maybe you don't want to change things. But what is he thinking about you now? This is a timeless reading. You can find it today or 10 years from today. It makes no difference. You'll find this reading when your spirit guides want you to find it. If you found this reading today, number 3, and you chose these cards from all of this lot, there will be messages in here for you somewhere. So stay with me. I'm going to tell you all the negatives first and the great stuff, the surprises at the end. And we're going to use some oracle cards at the end to see if it backs up what I've told you. And then I'm going to give you 6 magic numbers, lucky numbers for lotteries, casinos, horse racing. But please gamble sensibly. Don't overdo it, you'll get me shot. Negatives. What's he thinking about you now? Well, I don't think, number 3, you're sleeping very well. I think you're worried about something, and it will be linked to this question. What is he or she thinking about you now? What do you think they're thinking? You must have an inkling of what they're thinking. I believe there are some negatives, but we're going to do them first, and then all the lovely stuff at the end. You have negatives around you, number 2, including possibly that you're mixing with negative people. If you're mixing with negative people or a negative person, they will bring your moods down. Believe me, they can make you depressed, sad, or negative like they are. So you need to watch that. Some of you, number 3, are making life difficult. You may be overworking. And I think some of you are overworking on this connection. If we're looking at a man or a lady, it could be either. The connection here may be your husband or your wife. It could be a brand new lover. You may be a teenager. I hope you're old enough to watch this. If not, very naughty. This reading is for adults. So it could be a new lover. It could be someone you're married to. It could be someone you're interested in. What is this person thinking? I think that you're overdoing it, and maybe that you're trying too hard. Some people, right or wrong, will find that a turn off. So don't try too hard. Don't work too hard at it. Don't wear yourself out for this person. If they're not forthcoming, then you may want to move on to somebody different. However, you've got to remove negatives. If you're smoking, be careful. Cut down or pack it in. Drinking maybe, or not eating properly, but negatives are in the reading, so you may be eating the wrong things. But I think you're mixing with negative people. It may not have happened yet, but it's predicted. So try to avoid negative people. If the spirit world and your angels ask you to remove negatives, you need to listen, because if you don't do it, you may be forced to do it. So remove negatives because you want to remove them. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, of course you don't. I think that most of this reading is positive, number 3, but there are 1 or 2 negatives. As I said, you've got stress issues caused by negativity. I think you're working too hard at the romance. You may be working too hard at your career as well in the coming weeks and months. The rest of it, excuse me, looks pretty good. I think, as with lots of these readings, the connection we're looking at may be linked to travel. He or she may travel a lot. If they don't, I may be picking up you, number 3, and you're travelling around a lot. This person, I believe, is quite reliable. So it's not somebody who normally would mess you around. I think if they want to finish something, they'll do it. I think if they want to progress with something, they will do that. But you know where you stand with them. That's important, especially if you're a girl. I know ladies like to know where they stand. They don't like to be messed about. I think the connection, if he's been messing you about, or she, they're going to stop that now and they're going to start to behave differently towards you. But they also will need you or want you to remove negatives. The negatives, if they're people, is not this connection. The connection's okay. He or she is okay. They may be a bit predictable. Some of you may find them a bit boring. But it depends what sort of person you're looking for. You need to sort out your sleep patterns. I see you, number 3, alone at night with your worries for company. That is not good, because it's affecting your sleeping patterns. And you need to remove negative habits. Excuse me again. So let me tell you the positives. I see at least one child around you, if not now, in the future, at least one. I see a caring lady or gent, so you must be quite a nice person in that sense. But I see new beginnings, big time. New beginnings are all over this. You have a brand new start, you have new money coming. New money means that it's coming from somewhere unusual. It could be a new job, it could be a win, it could be the lucky numbers I'm going to give you. I think you're going to receive something from the man or lady I mentioned earlier that could be an offer or a suggestion. It could be an idea they've got to put to you. And I think you already know about it. I think you're expecting it. They're quite predictable. You can almost read their mind, not in a bad way, but you seem to know what they're thinking, and that means there must be a good connection, even possibly a soulmate connection with you. And I don't say that very often. Soulmates are quite rare. Although they're in all the movies and the films. A soulmate can be your sister or your brother. It doesn't have to be your lover. But this could be a soulmate thing. It could be quite serious. I believe, number 3, that you are quite psychic. That may be why you're interested in these readings. So I hope that you are. I hope you subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. You could help me do that and become one of our lovely family from all over the world. Click the subscribe button below if you'd like to. I think you are quite psychic. If you have psychic ability, as I say repeatedly, you will have healing abilities as well. So you could learn Reiki or acupuncture or something like that, healing work, and help people, because that's the sort of person you are, number 3. You like to help people. So remove the negatives, concentrate on your psychic gifts. I believe you're with a spirit guide right now, at this moment. It could be that you're in the car, sitting having lunch. You could be at work. You could be on the beach. You could be going for a walk. You could be taking a bath. Wherever you are, number 3, there is a spirit guide with you at the moment. They're often with you. Sometimes you have quite a few with you. But there's one with you right now who may have got you to watch this reading. So listen to your spirit guides. Listen to the signals they give you, the messages they give you inside, and talk to them, because they can hear you. It's very frustrating for them if you don't speak to them, although they can't always reply with words. They will reply in other ways. Speak to your spirit guides. Always do that. I say that in all readings, because they are there to love you, to protect you, and to guide you. That's why they're called guides. I think you've got some money coming, as I said. New money, so it's not from where you expect it from. Could be a win. I think your psychic side is getting stronger and stronger. But the biggest theme of this reading, number 3, is changes, new beginnings, exciting, positive new beginnings. Some of you may be planning on a child, because I'm picking up at least one child in the reading. For most of you, I'm picking up a little girl, but it could be a little boy for some of you. So some of you may be thinking of planning on starting a family with this person who is solid, dependable, reliable, but quite predictable. As I said, you may be able to read his or her mind. It won't work the other way around. You often find that they can read yours as well, not in this case. Let's take a look at some oracle cards, see if they back up what I've told you, and then we're going to give you lucky magic numbers, which I chose today just for you with my spirit guides. And they could change your life dramatically. You could win the jackpot. So we'll do 4 oracle cards. Get the glasses for these. Tiny printing on these. This first one's an air card. Often comes out. I think they look like crocuses to me. I don't know. This one says to you, number 3, a neighbour holds the key to your next project. Keep in touch. Your next project could be linked to psychic stuff, healing things. Your neighbour holds the key. It doesn't necessarily mean the person who lives next door. Your neighbour can be your neighbour in love, in romance. Your neighbour could be somebody at work that you work with, on the neighbouring desk, the neighbouring counter or machine, depends what work you do. But when they say neighbour, the oracle cards mean someone that's close, that you may not always be talking to. You can see your neighbours once a year sometimes, but you know they're there, and they're okay usually. So, a neighbour holds the key to your next project. Keep in touch. Don't ignore each other when you go out down the garden path in the mornings if it's your next door neighbour. Let's try another one. This is an earth card. And it says to you, oh, that's good, isn't it? It's like the moon above a tree. This one says to you, number 3, this isn't what you had expected to happen, but trust that it's part of the plan. This isn't what you expected to happen, but trust that it is part of a plan. So things are taking you by surprise, number 3. Things may not be going the way you thought, but they're going, I think, a lot better than you thought. It's a very positive reading. I'm so glad you stayed with me. If you want a full reading with me on the phone, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. I'll put a link below. You can book me on there from anywhere in the world, and I'll talk to you on the phone. And if you can't book me on there, if I'm busy, one of the team that work for me will help you, and I only employ the best. They're the best there is, and they're the elite, or they don't get in my team. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. Let's try another one. This is an earth card again. A lovely butterfly and some clover. Interesting. This one says to you, number 3, good things will happen when you give yourself some of the love that you give to others. Remember I said you're worrying too much, you're not sleeping well. You need to give yourself some love, number 3. You need to look in the mirror, see someone you love. Don't be low in confidence. Bring your self-confidence back. If you've been a bit hard on yourself, you need to love yourself. Give your love to yourself like you give to everyone else. That's what it's saying to you. You can give out love all the time, and it's a lovely thing to do, but you need to care for yourself as well. Genuinely care for yourself. Let's try one more oracle card. An air card this time. A feather floating on a thermal, I think. We know what a feather means if you find one in the house. Most people believe you've had a visit from an angel. I mean, I personally believe that's true in most cases. The answer is near. It says to you, the answer is near. You just need to look a little bit closer to home. It's happened with number 1, I believe it was number 1, that you're looking for something and you've already got it. You're searching for something. You feel like there's something missing. You feel, is that it? Is that all there is? And there's nothing missing. You've got it. You've got skills. You've got psychic ability. You've certainly got a new project coming with a lover. And the question of this reading is, what is he feeling? What is he thinking? I think if you haven't met him yet, he's going to be thinking an awful lot of you. But a lot of you have already known each other for a while. And I think he's thinking of you all the time. He's considerate. He's kind, but he can be a bit predictable. You'll know who I mean. If he hasn't been that way in the past, he may be turning into that as he matures. Someone who's, you can almost read them like a book. Now, I'm going to give you some magic numbers. 6 numbers, you don't need to use all of them. These numbers may resonate with you. They could be wedding dates, birthdays, addresses you've lived at, anything like that. They're good for casinos, lotteries, but you must not gamble. You'd be daft. You've got to be sensible. Lost my words then. Otherwise, you'll get me shot. These lucky numbers for you, number 3, are, might want to write it down or run it back, 13, yeah, 13, 28, 31, 34, 39 and 41. I chose these earlier with my spirit guides, with my angels. These have not just been picked at random, they are special numbers, they're magic numbers that could help you. Let me know if you win the jackpot. I'll give them you one more time. 13, 28, 31, 34, 39 and 41. Do you recognise any of those, number 3? I'm sure you do. I can see it in your eyes. You may do. Thank you so much for watching me here in beautiful North Devon in England. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you'll click like for me, subscribe, help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Tell your friends about me on Facebook, share me with your friends. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. Use the lucky numbers. You may not need all 6 of them. And please, I look forward to speaking with you again. I hope you'll watch me again. Remember my motto, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you'll be loved. And I love every one of you. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Hello. If you chose number 4, this one is for you. This is called What Is He Thinking About You Now? One of my most popular readings, that's why I do it quite often, because things can change. If you have a negative reading, the spirits want you to change things, you change them, and then we have another reading. So, what is he thinking about you now, today? May change from a few weeks ago. And I am going to tell you the negatives first. We get them out of the way, and then at the end we do all the lovely stuff, the positives, the surprises, and I'm going to give you 6 magic lucky numbers for lotteries, casinos. These numbers are very special, chosen by me earlier with my spirit guides, just for you. You don't need to use all 6, you can use a couple of them, but they will be lucky numbers for you. At the end of the reading, I'm going to use some oracle cards to see if they back up what I've told you. So stick with me till the end, because the good stuff's at the end. At the moment, I want to get the negatives out of the way, and you can see straight away, you have the Tower card from the Major Arcana. That card can mean turmoil, things being shaken up a bit, like someone's putting you in a bag and shaking it. Number 4, it is not something to dread. This card can signify the removal of all the rubbish. So if there's problems between you and this connection, then it may be to do with what he's thinking about you right now. That doesn't mean it's definitely bad, but you may have to go through some turbulence to get to the good stuff. Sometimes turbulence can be as simple as moving house. In your case, it could be moving out from one house, from one lover, into a new one, into the new connection. So expect upsets, but they're not the kind you need to be frightened of. It could just be as simple as moving house or changing your job. But it will in some way be linked to the person you're thinking of. What is he or she thinking about you? That's what we need to know. The negatives indicate here that somebody around you is not trustworthy. Now, it could be the connection, but I believe it's someone you could still meet. Somebody could try and sell you a dodgy second-hand car or something like that. Somebody could steal from you, but number 4, they could possibly steal your heart. If that's the case, you've got to be careful, because they could be a bit deceitful, a bit tricky, and a bit of a rogue. A lovable rogue, they say. This one may not be too lovable. I think you're sought after. I think you're popular with the opposite sex, possibly with your own sex as well. And I think that's going to become more and more noticeable during the coming weeks and months. I think you're going to be sought after for love, for companionship, friendship, and for work and career matters. In fact, everything. Excuse me. Everybody seems to want you around them, number 4. It's really nice. It's a feeling that's good for your confidence, for your ego. People want you around. They like you around. At the moment, I'm picking up somebody you may know, it could be the connection we're looking at, who is not completely trustworthy with the opposite sex. So are you seeing a man who is a bit of a womanizer? Or, number 4, am I picking up you? Is this you? Are you flirtatious? Are you a man that flirts? Are you a lady that likes to flirt? Because somebody in this reading does. This reading won't resonate with all of you, so take in what you like and ignore the rest. Or choose a different deck number or a different reading. There's dozens on my YouTube channel. Like number 3, I think you've got very high, was it number 3 or number 1? Not very high levels of stress. Your stress levels, number 4, it's not uncommon these days, but yours is about 8 or 9 out of 10. That is far too high, and you need to do something about it pretty soon. So you need to relax. If you've got hobbies, use them. If you can do things, anything to lower your stress level, you must do it. When the spirits advise you to lower your stress level, you need to listen. Because it's not good for you. It will affect your eating patterns. It will affect your sleeping patterns. It will affect your moods adversely. You don't need stress. But you may find that the turbulence you're going through will cause a bit of stress. But as I said, it's not something to worry about. It's just the universe removing all the rubbish from you. Like when you put the bins out for the bin men. It's taking away all the rubbish. You may feel it's turbulent, but you'll look back at it later and you'll say, thank God for that. I'm glad it happened. And you, number 4, will know what I mean. A lot of you will know what I mean already. I can see it in your eyes, of course. So, stress needs to be removed. I think, a bit like number 4, I'm picking up a spirit guide with you right now. Number 3, I think it was, sorry. A man in spirit is with you right now, number 4, with most of you. You could be at work, sitting having your lunch. You could be in the park. You could be walking. You could be taking a bath. But wherever you are, there's a spirit guide with you, a man who looks after you. He loves you, is like a grandfather figure. And he almost certainly has got you to watch this reading and choose this set of cards. So there will be messages in here for you somewhere, number 4. As I said, it may not all resonate, but some of it will. So, the man in spirit, do you know who he is? If so, talk to him. Talk to him now, talk to him all the time. You'll always have spirits with you, but this one is very strong at the moment, and he is there with you right now. Whatever you're doing, he's there. And let's tell you some positives. Before I move on to positives, you've got to be careful of this flirtatious thing. If it's someone you're seeing, if it's the man we're looking at, what is he thinking about you now? Then he may be thinking about you, and he may also have a roving eye. As I said, not all of you, so don't panic, but you may be seeing someone who is a little bit of a womanizer. And if it's a girl, she may be someone who likes the male company, so the other way around. There is deceit in the reading, there's trickery. Be careful. You've been warned, so I'm so glad you watched this. You can avoid that now. On a separate subject, some of you are changing jobs. You may be finding that somebody is asking you to work for them. It may be where you already work, just doing something different. Important. The positives far outweigh the negatives. I believe that you are skillful and there is a party coming up, a reason for you to celebrate. It could be a wedding. Are you getting married, number 4? Are you going to a wedding? Could be a hen party. Could be a stag night. It could be someone winning big with the lucky numbers I'm going to give you, because they are lucky numbers. But something's showing me that there's reason for you to celebrate. It's about love. So whatever this person is thinking about you, I think it will turn out good in the end. But I believe they may be thinking about, you're not going to like this, but they may be thinking about more than one person, because they may be have a bit of a roving eye. However, that doesn't stop you from being happy, because you're forewarned, you're forearmed, and you can do something about it if you feel it's you. But I'll say again, it won't resonate with all of you. So, you're being sought after. You're very popular with men if you're a girl. You're very popular with ladies if you're a chap, and vice versa. Expect reason to be cheerful. The reading ends with a positive note. I can't say that you're with your soulmate, but just because I'm not seeing it doesn't mean it's not there. Sometimes the spirits only tell you what you don't know, and they don't tell you the obvious. You may think, well, he's wrong, I'm with my soulmate, and I hope you are. If not, make sure you're not misled in romance, and wait, because you are very, very popular and there's more than one fish in the sea. So don't fret too much. If you go through turbulence, remember it's all the stuff, rubbish being removed. Expect reason to celebrate. You could be entering into a marriage, some of you. You could be entering into an engagement. Something serious could be coming from him. So a lot of you, the ones that are not being cheated on, are going to find something very special coming soon. So it depends what bracket you feel you're in. You could be in a bit of both. But there is reason to celebrate. There's reason to be cheerful. At the end of this reading, after all the stress, there is optimism, and that's a great word because it's applying to you. Now, we're going to check the oracle cards and see if they back up what I've told you. Then I'm going to use some magic numbers for your lotteries and gambling and all that sort of thing, which you will not do excessively, of course. So the first card is an earth card. These are shuffled earlier, by the way, they're all shuffled. This one's saying to you, visualization will help you to heal. See your body bathed in a glow. There you go, have a look at that one. Nice card. So try to imagine you're bathed in a glow. If you can lie on the couch and imagine yourself on a beach being soothed by the beautiful sunshine, you can hear the ocean washing the pebbles on the sand, seagulls in the distance maybe. Imagine your body bathed in a glow. It will help you to heal. Not that you're ill. Healing means healing your thoughts and the way your heart feels, your emotions, your soul. Visualizations will help you. Visualize things that are nice, peaceful, especially if you're in bed and you're struggling to sleep, as I mentioned you were. Try to imagine something nice. If you can't sleep, it's always a good idea to imagine or picture previous happy memories. Maybe a birthday when you were 5 years old. Think of what your presents were, the cards, what you were wearing at the time. Christmases. Think of the Christmases when you were young. If you can make your mind, focus on something nice from the past, you'll be asleep like that. If you start searching the future at bedtime, you'll lay awake for hours because the future hasn't happened yet. You can find out the future here by watching my channel, and please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I'm trying to make 1,000 subscribers. Please join our family. Lovely people from all over the world. Help me get 1,000 subscribers. Click me a like if you like it, below down there. Make some comments. I answer all of my comments and they are very interesting to me. I like to read them. So let's have a look at the second oracle card. We do 4 of these. This is an earth card as well. Some woodland there with the sun at the end. Light at the end of the tunnel, I think. This one says to you, number 4, the solution to your problem is forgiveness. Allow it to happen. So, if the man or lady has been tricky and cheating you, or they have a roving eye, the key to your success to get out of this problem is forgiveness. So you may need to forgive them. Tell them they mustn't do it again, but forgive them. But it may be, number 4, that you need also to forgive yourself because you've done nothing wrong. So stop being hard on yourself. The solution to your problem is forgiveness. Allow it to happen. I hope you understand that. Some of you will, some of you won't. As I said, you can always choose one of my other readings. Let's try another card. This is an earth card again. Oh, I love this one. Always reminds me of Canada when I went there to British Columbia some time ago, but the mountains are still there. Earth card, your struggles, it says to you, number 4, your struggles will end when you start trying to be happy instead of trying to be right. So have you been a bit stubborn with your lover, always trying to be right when you know deep down inside you can't be right all the time? It may be why there's a little bit of friction and turbulence in the reading. As I said, don't worry about that. That's going to clear out the rubbish and you'll feel a sense of relief when it's happened. Once again, your struggles will end when you start trying to be happy. Try to be happy. You can't always be right. One more, then your lucky numbers. This is a water card. Nice waterfall there. And frozen in time. This one says to you, number 4, your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. The guidance from Spirit through this reading, through these cards, follow your guidance. But you need to make your own decisions, and I think you'll be okay. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. The question of this reading is, what is he thinking about you? That's the title. I think for most of you, there's a massive celebration coming up, okay? Could be a wedding, an engagement, could be something moving in together, something big and serious. There will be champagne or wine or whatever you like to drink. For 1 or 2 of you, there's a bit of flirtation going on, to put it mildly. So make sure that your man or your lady in question isn't too flirtatious with other people, because you don't need to be tricked or cheated on. But as I said, it won't all resonate with you. Some of it will. You'll know what it does. If you want a full reading with me on the phone, go to my website and book me. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. You can book me on there from anywhere in the world. If I'm not free, one of the team that work for me will help you, and they are the best. I only employ the best. If they're not good, they don't get in my team. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. Going to give you magic numbers now, so consider subscribing, and you might want to get a pen and write them down, or you can run the video through again. These numbers were selected with me, with my angels, my spirit guides, an hour or so ago, just for you. As I said, you won't maybe need all 6, but I'm going to give you 6 numbers. They may be familiar, they may be birthdays or wedding days or addresses you've lived at, but they will be relevant for a lot of you. Let me know if you hit the jackpot, number 4. Your numbers are 6, 7, 17, 23, 26 and 33. Do they sound familiar, any of those? Birthdays, wedding days, house numbers, work check numbers, numbers you may find very helpful to you. I've given you one more time. Number 6, 7, 17, 23, 26 and 33. Gamble sensibly if you're going to do that. Please don't be daft and go over the top. It has been a pleasure talking to you from North Devon in beautiful England, where we watched it get dark, not far from the sea. Sometimes you can hear the sea from here. Beautiful place. I hope it's lovely where you are, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and that you'll join me again. And subscribe and click the like button for me and share me with your friends. And remember, number 4, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you'll be loved. And I love every one of you. Catch you later. Bye-bye.